Okay. This is actually take two of the videos that I'm just numbering by take number the blank. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video because I messed up in the last one. So starting from the beginning, uh, I don't even remember how I started the other one. Whoops. So take number the second. Welcome to the life and times of just another dork on the internet who has no idea what he's doing. Um, and to start off, um, in my last video, I I don't know. I felt like I had to hide my name for some reason. And looking back or thinking back on it, whatever, I felt so dumb when I rewatched the video. I was like, bro, you don't gotta tell me your name is Fiji. Like, I mean, yes, my that is my online name on like Twitch or YouTube and all this stuff. But no, my name is Sam. It doesn't matter what my name is, but I don't know, man. I felt like I had to have an online persona for whatever reason. Bro, my name is Sam. um, yeah. So get that out of the way. That's what it is. Um, and let's see. Now time for your regularly scheduled program. I have no idea what to do, except this time I brought this thing. This is a. Oh heck, you're not even gonna be able to see that because the freaking date and time is there. This is the Pentax K1000. Um, this is my at the moment my personal favorite camera that I have. Um, this is the one that I has been my introduction to enthusiasm for photography. Um, yeah, so I was watching some video on YouTube. I think I talked about this last time, and it led me to want to get a camera. Uh, I was at an antique shop, and I was like, "Where's you guys' camera stand area?" Um, and found this thing, and it was $60. Now, if you go back 10 years, something like that, that probably would have been 20. But there's been a uptick in film photography and people getting into the uh, craft. I guess you could say. Um, yeah. So I got that, and I was like, all right, cool, cool. Um, oh heck, I lost my train of thought. Bleh. So I have this, and then I also that is my first of all, it's my main camera that I use. And then I have a few other cameras. Well, I have quite a few other cameras. I have some SLRs here that I'm about to show you because this is apparently going to be show and tell. Uh, Upstairs in my room, I have too many point and shoots. With the exception of like four of them, five, six of them, something like that. I got a good chunk of them, I could say, at a thrift shop for anywhere between $2 and $10. Most of them, I think, were five. Um, and then I also got a few digicams at the same place. Those also were, I think, $5 because the place where I go to for most of my camera stuff, uh, they it's one of those places where they price their items as you walk up to them with the item. They have a quick inspection of it, and they're like, yeah, $5, $10, 350. that kind of thing. So just start off, I had an initial order I was going to do these in, but now I'm just going to pick them up and show you. This is a Minolta X700. This one I can't actually use yet because, oh heck, where's this at? This thing right here. The battery cover for it is missing. I didn't have it when I bought it. And I was like, screw it, I recognized the name, and apparently the guy who priced it out for me also recognized just the name Minolta, and he was like, "Oh, Minolta, nice." I was like, "Yeah, okay." And so he was like, I think it was $8, might have been 10, I don't remember. And then another one, we'll go with this one. No. Oh heck, we'll go with this one. This one I got at the same place. It is a Petri FT2, which according to the internet doesn't exist, because I found like one YouTube video about it, I think, and that was from years ago. And then all the other videos I could find were on the FT1, or it was just Petri FT. But even then, there was so few videos that it just doesn't exist online. It also, there's a few quirks to it. So instead of the shutter button being on top, like most cameras that I have, actually like every camera that I have other than this, instead of it being on the top up here, like that one where it's right there, this one is on the front here. Like that's the button right there. Also, the light metering on it just doesn't work, and I don't know how to fix it, and I don't care to fix it because I don't really need it. I mean, I say I don't need it. I need the light metering, but I don't use this camera, so I don't care if it works or not. Yeah, I think I took it out and snapped some pictures with it once or twice, and I was like, all right, cool. Meh, because I don't know why. It might be just the fact of like the enthusiasm I had from buying this one initially, that I was just like, I like it better. Maybe it's the fact that I spent $60 on it as opposed to $40, or most of the ones either less than 20. The X700 was the cheapest one I bought. I think it was $10. I think I said 8, but I think it was $10. And then the next one up I have is the Olympus OM10. So there's a couple cameras that I have that YouTubers that I have been watching recently, as I've been getting into photography, were like, oh yeah, this is my favorite camera, or this is the one I started with, or just whatever. I think I mentioned it in yesterday's video. Hell, I might have mentioned it earlier in this one. I don't remember, because I had one that I recorded and I deleted it without actually watching to see what I said. The OM10 is there's a YouTuber called Lucy Lumen who she likes this. She says it's great. So it's like, all right, cool. I think I spent $20 on it. This one, the X700 YouTuber Bad Flashes, was like, I think he said it was his first camera, and he was like, it's almost perfect, except for whatever reason he said it wasn't. I don't remember. You can go watch his video. And then this one is the FX, or Canon FX. This is the one that I intend on taking with me when I go to work. so that I can take pictures when I'm on lunch or on break, because I'm under the assumption that it works. But if anything happens to it, I don't really care, because I want to say I either spent $10 or $15 on this thing. So I'm not going to take this with me because I spent $60 on it. $10, or 10, $15, $60. I don't care what happens to this one. I mean, I don't want it to break. I don't want to get it stolen, but I don't care. This one also has the weirdest light metering. All the other ones that I have all have what's called through the lens light metering, TTL. So you look through the little viewfinder, and there's a little dial thingy that does magical light, and it tells you what to have your aperture at. This one, it's got this little circle thingy, and then it tells you, oh heck, can you even see that? Right there, you see that black bar, the black bar right there. That is what tells you where to have your aperture. I think I've never even really looked at it. I think that's what it says. I don't know, something like that. Either way, it's weird. I prefer, looking through and seeing, as opposed to, all right, do I have it right? Is it right? Okay, now I can take a picture. No. Or even like, I think this is made to be like primarily be used like on a tripod. I don't want to do that. Like all my cameras have the tripod thing, so I'm not going to use one that's almost dedicated for tripod use. And then my last camera is the Minolta SRT 101. This is actually my first SLR camera. Like, I got this 5-6 years ago from my sister. Her ex gave it to her, and she was like, "Screw that guy. You can have it." I've got excuse me. This one, I have a few lenses for it, but as much as this would probably be just perfectly fine to use, there are too many options for me. I wouldn't be sure which lens to use will be best for the scenario. As opposed to this, I have one lens, whatever's on here. I have no choice but to use it. So I think while I'm learning, I'm just going to stick with the one lens just for the sake of it. Yeah. And then, let's see, I think I mentioned I have digicams upstairs. I have all my, however countless point-and shoots I have. And then I have three Polaroids. Two of them are like the little clamshell one that opens up. One, I think it's called an Impulse. I bought it online with the assumption that it was going to be an autofocus one. Excuse me. Thankfully, it was cheap enough that it didn't matter that it wasn't the autofocus one. Although I wanted it because I wanted an autofocus Polaroid. That'd be kind of dope. Because from what I know is that it runs on like sonar. How freaking dope is that? But yeah, so there's all that. Oh, I'm gonna go back to this because I'm getting sidetracked after sidetrack. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever the hell else is watching. Oh heck, so in this, okay, so I could get one of these other cameras working. One of the ones that have like the program modes, I think is what it's called, where you set it and you forget it, and then you walk out, you take pictures. Don't worry about the aperture. Don't worry about the shutter speed. You just aim, focus, click. Granted, if I had got one of those before I got the K1000, I probably would have preferred that. But now that I've had the opportunity to be able to learn using manual focus, I want to give that a go. So I've been almost exclusively doing everything manual focus because I want to learn. I want to figure out how to do all this stuff prior to using the program modes or using an automatic camera. I guess I don't know if that's the right term. Like fully electronic cameras, like the OM10 or the X700. I don't know. There's just something. I can't even think of the right word. I was gonna say like euphoric, but that's definitely not the right word. I don't know. I get this sense of pride in myself when I come back from the developer and I take a look at the pictures, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. I got the focus good enough. um, I got the aperture right. I got the shutter speed right. And I don't know, like there's just something cathartic, I think is the right term, about looking at the result of what I've done and just enjoying the fact that I was able to accomplish that without the use of the extra electronics. Because I had mentioned in my video before where I am of the kind of people at the moment who are craving simplicity, you know? Just I can walk down the street, pop some film in here, crank the winder, snap a picture, and that's it. These other ones that I have that require a battery to work. Like the K1000, you can put a battery in it. It's only used for the light meter. That's it. You can never put a battery in it, and it'll work until the damn thing breaks. Which, from what I come to understand, it's built like a tank. I haven't dropped it myself. I have no desire to do that. But from my understanding is that they're damn near indestructible. And yeah, so I enjoy the fact of being able to just have a raw mechanical device do the one thing it's intended to do. Like with the camera that I'm recording on, it is intended purely for recording purposes. That's it. This camera is purely for taking pictures. I have a smartwatch I don't use for any of the smart features. I use it to find my phone when I lose my phone. That's about as smart as I use it to get. Other than that, I use it for time. I have a freaking smartwatch, and I use it to tell time, and that's it. Like occasionally, I take that back. I appreciate the ability to know that I'm getting a text message on my watch because I don't always feel my phone in my pocket vibrate. But other than that, and finding my phone, it's just a watch. So I don't know. I guess lately I've been debating on just getting rid of it because I mean it's 2 years old. It's not the greatest. The battery is trash on it. I used to get like 2 or 3 days out of it. Now I get 12 hours, which that in itself is perfectly fine. But again, it's a watch, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to even have it. Um, or use it. I mean, I'm probably just going to get rid of a watch because whatever. Um, and one of my fiance's friends, I guess he had decided he was tired of having a phone that was a do everything device. So he got a flip phone. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I get it, you know? Yeah. So, sorry, let me get back to my stuff here. Um, oh, right. I was at this antique mall, and we're still on the subject of cameras, so I'm not just like changing subjects. Well, I guess I am because I'm going back to cameras from the watches. And I was gonna buy a A1 program from Canon. And it was $100. I had no ability to check if it worked. They did not do returns, so it would have been I think $100, maybe a little bit more. And there was no guarantee that if I took it home, I could use it. So I was like, no, because I already had the Pentax, and I was like, that's fine. I don't need the other thing because I mean, again, it was one of the I think it also has a camera priority or aperture priority. It had a program mode where it does all the automatic stuff. I was like, it's not worth it. I don't know if I really care enough to spend $100 on a camera that may or may not work, and I have no ability to return it if it doesn't. Um. Oh, also, I don't remember if I mentioned it yet or not, but the Minolta that I have, the SRT 101. So while I use the Pentax, um, my fiance has been using the SRT 101 because I have been trying to slowly convince her to join me on this photography journey. And she chose to use that one because that's the one that I initially showed her how to use. Like I have the other ones, and she's like, "Nah, you show me how to use this one. I like it. Cool." So yeah, that was that. It's nice on the days where we get to go out and hang out together when we're both off at the same time, and just go snap some pictures. Um. Do. Oh heck, I have a script, but I'm using it more like I probably should use bullet points, but like I wrote out a full script, and I'm like I'm just gonna read through it. I did the same thing yesterday where I wrote it out or typed it out, and then I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna read through it all. Like my initial thing, I was gonna hold it like this, and I was gonna read it off a thing, look at the camera, read it off, look at the camera. Yeah, shows how far that went. Now I'm using it more like bullet points, but then I also have to like I'm reading through it and then I'm remembering what I initially wrote or typed. And so I'm skipping through this and I'm like, oh crap, I already said that. And then I said that. Oh crap, I already brought that up. And at this point, I don't remember what the hell I even said. And I am not going to go back and watch this video before I post it. So there may be multiple times that I talk about something and I forgot. um, I don't know why. I don't know why I put it in here, but in case you're wondering, the single lens that I have on my K1000 is I know it's a 50 millimeter lens. I think it's a kit lens. I mean, it looks pretty generic. I think it says SMC Pentax -M um 1 colon semicolon whatever the hell is the two dot instead of like dot and a comma looking thing. It's the two dots. I don't know if it's colon or semicolon. So it's one two dot thingy two. So I think that's the aperture. That could go down to a 2 aperture, and then it's 50 millimeter, and then I think it has a serial number, and then Asahi or Asahi, whatever, Optical Co. Take with that what you will. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's. I think it's a kit lens. I don't know. It don't really matter. It's the lens that I have, and I'm perfectly happy with it because it removes the illusion of choice from the fact, or the lose. Is that the right? Removes the illusion of choice. Something like that. Yeah. So I have one lens. I primarily use the one camera, even though I have these other ones. I have the probably like a dozen or so point and shoots, the 3 Polaroids, the 3 Digicams. That is the only one I use. I don't actually know why. I think it's because it's the first one that I really cared to buy. You know, like I bought it and I was like, this is it. This is the beginning of my photography journey. Starting right now, I'm Mr. Amateur Photographer. In a year, I'll be probably still a Mr. Amateur Photographer. But I can dream, my fantasies. I'm like pro photographer climbing the Himalayas or some crap. I think that was it. Let me see the time. So I in my script I even wrote like this is probably gonna be a shorter script, shorter video. But looking at the time, seeing 27 minutes and 30 some odd seconds. The last video was like 30 minutes. So I guess it really isn't that short. Oh heck yeah, and I initially had other stuff. I think I had other stuff I was going to talk about. But then like I was writing the script before I went to work this morning. And then in the process of working, I kind of like lost my mojo kind of thing. Like I was in work mode, completely forgot about YouTube stuff. And so when I went back to, maybe write more stuff, I think I was either on lunch or I was on one of my breaks. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's get back to writing the script. I had nothing. Couldn't think of a damn thing. So I was like, all right, I guess this is it. Even in my thing, I was like, all right, so like the script is quite a bit shorter than my first video because I started typing it out before work and kind of lost the mojo after coming back to it during my lunch. But I'm just getting my groove going. Yeah. My groove. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good day. I don't know, tell somebody you love them or something. Or don't. Who the hell cares?